All right, guys, so we're going to look at some of these mixed examples. So they could throw any exponent rule at you, and it's your job to simplify it. So remember, if you have power to a power, you're always dealing with that first. So if I look at that very first one, I notice I have power to a power in the bottom. So I have 2m to the negative fourth. However, I need to distribute that 3 to all of my exponents. So I have 2 to the third, m to the negative 12. Now with this, I need to simplify that 2 to the third. I have 2 times 2 times 2, which gives me 8. Now if I notice, 2 divided by 8 can simplify, because they're both divisible by 2, so that's going to be 1/4. I also notice I have negative exponents, so that m to the 12th is now on the top because you got to move that from the bottom, and m to the 4th is now in the bottom. Now, my last thing is I have quotient rule because I have division going on. So remember, your pairs are canceling out. So I would have 4 pairs that would cancel, and 12 minus 4 gives me 8. So when I cancel those pairs, 8 should be left over in the top. And then at that point, I am done. Nothing else can simplify. All right, I'm going to erase some of this so that I actually have some room. All right, number 2, what I would do first is simplify everything in the top that I could, and simplify everything in the bottom. So I need to do 3 times 2, which gives me 6. I have 1 v here and 3 there, so total of 4 v's, and then u has nothing else to combine with, so it's just going to stay u to the 5th. Now in the bottom, I have that 2 hanging out. It doesn't have anything to multiply with, so it's going to stay 2. My u's, I have 1 here and 3 there, so total of 4. And then with my v's, I have 2 and then 1 down there, so total of 3. When I do that product rule, remember, if you're multiplying, you're adding those exponents. Now 6 divided by 2, that's actually going to simplify down because I know it gets 2 goes into 6 3 times. My v's, I have 4 v's in the top and 3 v's in the bottom. If I cancel those pairs, I would have 1 left over in the top. And same with my u's. If I cancel the pairs with my u's, because that's quotient rule, 5 minus 4 would give me just 1 u. So I don't even need the fraction. 3vu would be my final answer. All right, number 3, I would simplify the bottom first. So 2x7 y to the 5th is just going to hang out. I need to clean up that denominator. So 3 times 4 is 12. If I look at my x's, I have 3 x's and 2, so a total of 5. And then 1 y and 3, so a total of 4 when I do that product rule, okay? Now, 2 and 12, that can simplify. They're both divisible by 2, so it simplifies to 1/6. Now I have quotient rule, so if I simplify those pairs, 2 x's would be left over in the top. Same with my y's. If I simplified those pairs, 1 y would be left in the top. So I am done at that point. All right, my last one I'm actually going to erase so that I have room for that. My last one, if I notice, I have power to a power, so I've got to take care of the power to a power first. Remember, you're multiplying your exponents. 2 has an exponent of 1. Don't forget that. So 1 times 2 gives me 2 squared. 3 times 2 gives me y to the 6th and x to the 4th. Now in my denominator, I could also simplify that because I have product rule for that. The 2 has nothing to kind of combine with, but my x's do. I have 2 and 2, so total of x to the 4th. Y to the 4th is going to hang out because it has nothing else to combine with. 2 to the 4th, or 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. So I have 4 over 2. My y's, I have 6 y's in the top and 4 in the bottom. So if I did my quotient rule and canceled out those pairs, I would have 2 y's left over. X to the 4th over x to the 4th. If I expanded that out, all of them would have a pair. So they would all simplify down to 1, and they just kind of disappear. Okay, so I'm done with the x's for right now. The only thing left to simplify would be the 4 and the 2, because I know 4 divided by 2 is really just 2. So 2y squared is my final answer. Okay, there are some extra practice problems down here, so try and simplify